Welcome, dear listeners, to another chilling episode of Wicked Whispers, where the shadows come alive and nightmares whisper their secrets. In the quiet town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, a series of bizarre and terrifying events unfolded between 1966 and 1967 that would forever mark it as the epicenter of one of America's most chilling legends. This is the tale of the Mothman, a mysterious winged creature whose presence seemed to herald impending doom. It all began on a chilly November evening in 1966. Two young couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Millette, were driving through the TNT area, a remote region just outside Point Pleasant known for its abandoned World War II munitions plant. As they passed the old North Power Plant, they noticed two glowing red eyes in the darkness. To their horror, the eyes belonged to a large creature, towering over 7 feet tall, with massive wings folded against its back. Panicked, the couple sped away, but the creature pursued them, effortlessly keeping pace with their car at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour. The terrified witnesses later described the creature to the police, sparking widespread fear and curiosity. The local press dubbed the entity Mothman, and the story quickly gained national attention. As news of the Mothman spread, more sightings were reported. People described a creature with large, red eyes that seemed to glow and massive wings that could span over 10 feet. The sightings were not confined to the TNT area. The Mothman was seen throughout Point Pleasant and even in neighboring towns. Among the most credible witnesses was Marcella Bennett, who had a harrowing encounter in November 1966. As she was leaving a friend's house near the TNT area, she saw a figure rising from the ground. Terrified, she dropped her infant daughter and fell to the ground, frozen in fear. The creature simply stared at her with its glowing red eyes before retreating into the darkness. Marcella's encounter left her traumatized and added to the growing fear and hysteria in the community. In the months following the initial sightings, Point Pleasant experienced a wave of strange phenomena. Witnesses reported unexplained lights in the sky, electrical appliances malfunctioning, and strange phone calls with eerie, electronic noises. People also began seeing mysterious men dressed in black suits who asked unusual questions about the Mothman sightings and warned them not to talk about their experiences. These so-called men in black added another layer of mystery to the Mothman legend. Were they government agents trying to cover up the truth, or were they connected to the entity in some other, more sinister way? As the sightings continued, a local journalist named John Keel began investigating the phenomenon. Keel collected countless reports of Mothman sightings, strange occurrences, and encounters with the men in black. During his investigation, Keel began receiving mysterious phone calls and messages predicting disasters. One particularly chilling message warned of a catastrophic event that would occur on the Ohio River. Keel's research and experiences were later documented in his book, The Mothman Prophecies, where he detailed his belief that the Mothman sightings were linked to a series of ominous premonitions. On December 15, 1967, tragedy struck Point Pleasant. The Silver Bridge, a suspension bridge connecting Point Pleasant to Gallipolis, Ohio, collapsed during rush hour traffic, plunging cars and passengers into the icy waters of the Ohio River. 46 people lost their lives in the disaster. In the aftermath, some began to wonder if the Mothman sightings were a warning of the impending catastrophe. John Keel believed the creature was a harbinger of doom, its presence signaling the tragic event. The collapse of the Silver Bridge marked the end of the Mothman sightings in Point Pleasant, but the legend had already taken root. The story of the Mothman has endured for decades, becoming a staple of American folklore. Point Pleasant embraced its eerie past, and in 2002, the town erected a statue of the Mothman, commemorating the bizarre events that put it on the map. The annual Mothman Festival attracts thousands of visitors eager to learn about the mysterious creature and its connection to the Silver Bridge disaster. Despite numerous theories, the true nature of the Mothman remains elusive. Some believe it was a cryptid, a yet undiscovered species living in the wild. Others think it was an alien entity or an interdimensional being. Skeptics argue it was simply mass hysteria, fueled by fear and imagination. Whatever the truth may be, the Mothman continues to captivate and terrify those who hear its story. As we conclude this eerie journey into the legend of the Mothman, we are left with more questions than answers. Was the Mothman a supernatural being sent to warn of impending doom, or was it a figment of a community's collective imagination? The mystery endures, haunting the quiet town of Point Pleasant and the minds of those who delve into its chilling tale. Thank you for joining us on this spine-tingling exploration. If you found this episode of Wicked Whispers intriguing, don't forget to like, subscribe,